Alright, hey guys, it's Rabbit Roo. You know me, you know my voice, you now know my face. Hello, hello. I am streaming live on Twitch and on YouTube. It is a beautiful Friday afternoon at the time that I am recording. And I'm basically streaming a series called Flash Against the World. So I've taken a replay pack of his that I've been building. And I'm just sort of going through them one by one. Some of the games are short, some of them are long. It's just to show the challenges that he's going through, getting back to his best. And he's playing random. He's not going purely Terran. So here he is in the bottom right of Fighting Spirit, playing Zerg. So he would have loaded up on the matchmaker or on the load screen of the ladder as Flash and as random. And as a result of that, our Protoss opponent is sending out a very early scout to try and determine what the hell his opponent is. And in spite of this, he is putting up a forward pylon. That's very, very interesting. So the question we would ask ourselves is, does this guy always go forward pylon if he's playing random? I don't know. It's an interesting one indeed. Anyway, so that's going to be what we do. I did take a long break from casting, about 3 months. Was dealing with some stuff in real life and with my work and my career, and yeah, settled down there nicely, and was just looking for a reason to, I suppose, motivate myself to come back and play and watch and cast. I've been playing quite a bit. I'm still absolutely garbage, but I've been learning a lot more of the technical sides of the game and studying. I think hopefully that will make me a better caster as well. And then the news came that Flash is back, and I was like, well, if I needed something to motivate me to get back into it, then this is going to be it. So I co-casted 5 games of his with Cyan SC on his channel, where Flash played against Snow, and just co-casting I think just motivated me to do it. But I also want to do it a bit differently. I'd rather do a 3 or 4 hour stream where I do a whole big batch of games, get to interact with people, get to have some fun, take some breaks between, than the grind that it was before. So definitely going to do it differently, like way more relaxed. I was thinking I was putting myself under way too much pressure to, you know, the quality of the cast, the thumbnails, the whole process of creating YouTube content was just a bit hectic, and I felt like it was draining the hell out of me, and I didn't want to do it anymore. So you can see I'm not playing the Starcraft music. I'm playing my own chill out music in the background, and I'm just here to have fun and enjoy it. If I miss something, I'm not going to like cry about it. Red versus blue for ladder games really does help. It is pretty easy to spot things. Anyway, why don't we talk about this game? So it was random, and therefore our Protoss opened with a forge. He's now building his gateway. I like this wall. It's actually pretty interesting because it kind of means you just put a zealot here and like maybe one there and you're good to go. So it is an interesting one. Nexus has come in. Flash is I've done a few Zerg games of his, and he is pretty greedy the way he plays. He's going for a fast lair. So I don't think it's gonna be Hydras. When you do see Forge expand, you know, Hydras is a really juicy prospect. But he's got his Overlord in the base. You can see, okay, so you're getting a cybernetic score. What is your tech tree going to be? We can probably just expect your very standard Stargate opening from our Protoss. And here we are. We have got a lair coming in, and I presume as soon as the lair completes, which will be any second now, we will probably see a spire. So let's keep an eye on that. So core finishes. Now we're going to see it is a Stargate. Okay, so very, very standard stuff there. A couple of drones being transferred across. Kept his scouting probe alive, which is a very important skill and requirement to thrive in this particular match. So good for well done, Mr. Protoss opponent, sir. Hankiwi. Got no idea who Hankiwi is. But yep, he's doing a very good job keeping his scouting probe alive. Sees the lair, sees the spire, so understands that he doesn't need to rush his tech at all. understands that Flash very much has the opportunity to go mutas, but sees that there isn't a second gas. Although the second gas timing is actually about 5.5 minutes. So he could still go mutas if he wanted to. Bit of zealot harassment here, nicely tidied up. So what does our friend have here at home? He's got his 2 zealots. This cannot be tight, surely. Is it? Nah, that can't be. Well, no, maybe later. If he's got link speed, he may try a run by now. He's only got 1 cannon. So maybe Flash might decide, I could just chuck a little run by here and get some probe kills maybe. Let's see. Flash doesn't seem to like Hydras. I cast a PV, a ZVT of his, and he skipped... no, sorry, he doesn't like mutas. He skipped mutas entirely. He just played Lurker Ling Ultra. It was a very interesting style. What do we have here? Just another hatchery, and here an evolution chamber. So it looks like he's going to go 5 hatch. It's just the question is 5 hatch what? Hydra Den's on its way. So it's 5 hatch Hydra, very standard build. It looks like our Protoss is doing the very standard 1-1 build as well. So these 2 builds are actually sort of made for each other. This is very much textbook play from both players. It's a 5H Hydra versus 1-1 Zealots Corsair timing attack. So we'll know exactly where we are at about 7 minutes and 30 seconds because our Protoss should have somewhere around 7 Zealots or so, although he's getting his Citadel and his Templar Archives is really late. So actually I don't think that this is that build, because if it is, his timings are all off. He needed his Templar Archives at 6:30, and he needed way more Zealots. He's only got 3, and you need 6 or 7, I think it is, and you need at least 5 Corsairs, and he has got none. Oh, 3. Okay. And he does go mutas. The sneaky man. Here we go. And he did get that gas timing, which was just exactly after the scout left. Alright, so the mutas are in town. Flash does like mutas today. He didn't like them yesterday. It's a free country. You can change your mind. And there are only 2 Corsairs here and a cannon. And he's doing some serious damage. The Scourge do get picked off by that cannon, which is handy. And he hightails that out of there. Behind this, okay, so the Templar Archives is whooping it. So it just feels like the timings from this Protoss have all been a bit off. His build has just been really slow. If he is going to, or was trying the 1-1 timing build, but it looks like now he's just massing up gateways. He's got his 46 workers that he needs to be able to sustain an 8 gateway style. So I reckon it will just be 8 gateways that go along. Thanks for the follow, Arcane. So here we go. We have our Zealots moving out, and that's just going to be blocked. Too easy. Still making workers here, which indicates to me a bit of a 3-base play. He has his own Zero tool. That's why I love it when I do red versus blue, and the blue is the Zerg and the red is the Protoss, the Cape Crusader. So he's going to send him across. The whole idea is he's praying that there's nothing here to detect him, and there's an Overlord and there's 2 Sunkens, so you ain't going to get much done there. The other thing he's doing is he's just scouting around to see if there's another base. Flash though is really on top of these Corsairs, although I don't think he has the critical mass. How many Corsairs is this? It's 5. Okay, so it's your standard 5 Corsairs that you want to try and keep alive, adding a few more cannons, because this is at its core actually a Hydra build. Studying Jaehoon's guides, I've learned you can make 5 mutas in a Hydra build. If you make more than that, it's no longer a Hydra build. So I guess now, here we go. That validates that theory. So the Hydras with all their upgrades and one powered by, should be 6. Powered by 6 hatches. So 6 hatch Hydra. A bit of a nightmare, to be honest, for Protoss to hold. And our Protoss here has been a little bit behind every step. He's on 4 gates. Got 58 workers, which I think on 2 bases is actually ridiculous. He's over probing here. But let's see what happens. And here come the Hydras. Holy crap. Look at this. Look at this. All the Protoss players in the house. Time to freak out. Here comes the pain. Oh, and he picks off one of the High Templars with a muta, so there's only 2 left. And we're just going to keep our energy bar on here. So he doesn't have a storm. He's got 1 storm. If you are Zerg, it is time to go, baby. Just give it a smack. Why not? Okay, so he did send some overlords here to thwart the DT that was trying to get something done. The DT is still moving around, so he's not dead. The Corsair is just scouting about to see if there are any other bases in play. Bit of a soft contain here coming up from Zerg. I think that Flash's idea is probably going to be to turn these boys into Lurkers. We can see Lurker aspects on its way. And then this is on Fighting Spirit in particular. If these Lurkers create a field here on this bridge, it's game over. Forget it. There's no ways the Protoss is ever getting out or getting a 3rd base. Which, by the way, he should have a giant goon High Templar ball to storm through the Hydras and then expand to his 3rd around about this timing. So as I've mentioned a few times, our Protoss has been a little bit behind in most steps of this game. The last of the mutas will be seen here. That's probably not really a big deal with the number of Hydras that are out on the map. The Overlords are pulled here under a clump of Hydras, and they are pulled here under a clump of Hydras. So he doesn't really have to be too concerned about his Overlords. He's made all these cannons, and he hasn't really needed them. This drone's going to get killed, though, which is going to be a little bit annoying. Goodbye. So he's flying around here. Does get some scouting information. So this is just to block DT drops. So very good to see how... and here's the drops. So the drop has got no DTs. So as I say, it's to block drops. It's all good, but there's no DTs involved. So the Overlord's there going, but wait. We can all see these zealots. And indeed we can. The Spire is going to go down. And that was... Is he really going to be making more meters at this stage of the game? I don't think so. So it's a bit of a meh. But anyway, on we go. Sees the DT that killed the drone and says, can you please go away? I'm trying to expand. Oh man, this contain. What do you do as Protoss? I mean, first of all, you've built a nice wall, which is great. And then the other thing is the Zerg picks off the observers, man. The observers are going to go here and here, and they just die. It's shit. Another dropship coming in. Overlord spots it. Hydra spot it. In fact, 2 of, I think, the 4 zealots that were in there die. He's going to try and kill a few drones. He may get 1 or 2. I think Flash can just quickly rebuild those drones if he needs to. Sending in a few more units to reinforce. So no big deal there. Some Lings are coming in here. I think just one giant Zerg ball is going to fly in here and squish this. Are you still making probes, Protoss? What are you doing, mate? It is crazy. You've got so many probes. Probes are not going to kill these Lurkers. Look at this. Your natural is mined out. Your main is mined out. Okay, you're going to try and establish a base here. Alright, good luck. Good luck. Still lurking around with these Corsairs, which is cool. There's no cannons here, there's nothing. He's going to try and defend his entire life with 4 zealots. Okay, so Protoss decides it's time to move. Where'd your observers go? Are they here? One of them is here. There's the other one. Okay, so you've got 2 observers, which is not a lot. Look at the size of this Lurker field and the depth of it. It is insane. Uh-oh. And there's such a good spread, man. He doesn't have Lurkers trying to pick off the observer. That's a decent storm. He's got his guys in good position here. He's going to break this contain and then somehow take a 4th base. Flash has got so much macro. He's already ahead on supply. He's got fewer workers, which means he's got an actual army lead of about 40 supply. What do you do? you die. That's what you do. So this one is a fairly dominant performance from Flash as Protoss. Oh, sorry, as Zerg. But our Protoss here did not play a good game. Oh no, the High Templar died. It's just Dragoons and Zealots. What upgrades does his units have? 2-2. Okay, well that's alright, but where's your observers, friend? You got one observer. Okay, that's cool. And here come the Lings. The Lings are going to reduce the firing capacity of the goons. Just hearing the sound of death, and more death. And here comes some more Lurkers. And here comes some more Lurkers. Is he harassing this base yet? Not yet. Still just taking the fight. But Zerg has just got unrelenting reinforcing power. So these goons have broken up. But look at the size of this Lurker field still. And he's got to target the observers with a Scourge. He gets one. He gets the other one. That is clutch. That is such a nightmare for Protoss. You just got 2 observers, and without your observers, you can literally do nothing. It is super duper painful. Nicely done there by Flash. He actually had to go through the hassle of rebuilding his spire, which he did somewhere. There. Okay. Anywho, back to the battle we go. More Lurkers and more Lurker fields. Lonely Corsairs being lonely and being Corsairs. Ah man, this is terrifying. Where's your observer? There he is. Hello, I have arrived. Yeah, there's 2 of you now. Cool. Okay. Is there any more Scourge coming? No. Do you have any money? No. So it's all here. So all he's going to do now is just walk up this hill. Soon, he's surely going to walk up this hill. 68 unemployed probes, a heap of Dragoons. Look, I mean, his whole position's pretty good. His micro's pretty good. He understands the game. But unfortunately, was just a bit slow on his build. Didn't really do any damage in the early game to Zerg. If you don't do that, you get crushed. Big Lurker field. Couple more High Templars here to storm. Lings here to absorb shots. Has really had to fight hard to get out of this contain, and he's just not going to do it. Couple of Archons here now. He's got 4 observers, so he's at least realizing that you don't want to get pipped and be stuck. But he's got 2 Dragoons and an Archon and 2 Zealots and a High Templar. Or 3 Zealots. And still, this field of Lurkers is pretty deep and just going to become more and more and more. Flash taking another base here. This base is running beautifully. I think he's probably on about 10 hatches. It's ridiculous, his production power. And Protoss has literally just got this base going, and that is it. Got a few more units. Got a lot of gateways, but got no money. Uh-oh. Moving forward with his Lurkers now. They're just being backed and backed further and further into a corner, which means you can't even hit them at a good angle anymore. It just sucks. Simple as that. Cannon's doing a little bit. Finally being used. Okay, we're going to try and observe this Zerg to death. I see you die! Decent storm there, but he only really has 1 High Templar here, so that's the end of that. He still hasn't actually gone and just killed the base, which has surprised me. I think that probably would have shortened the game, but I think our Protoss is very close to GGing anyway. There we go. GG's in Korean. Flash doing a very convincing performance as Zerg versus Protoss. Nicely done. Stays around the game for a little bit longer. I was surprised that he didn't just go and kill this base and maybe end it sooner. But yeah, man, every Protoss player's nightmare, getting trapped. Can't get out of your base because you've got a Lurker container on your doorstep. That's why your timings and your move outs in this match in particular are just absolutely crucial. Anyways, I'm Rabbit We did another live cast here on Twitch and YouTube. Hope you enjoyed the game. Flash's journey, he's got some wins, he's got some losses, he's having some fun. It's good to have him back, and it's also good to be back. I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.